Hey there, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. And today I want to share with you three things that you need to know about love in 2021, about love, finding love. So here we go. So the first thing that I wanted to tell you about love in our times is that it's about time that we really get to the bottom of what love is. It's Valentine's Day, and usually you get those ads about Valentine gifts, and we think about love sometimes in a kind of romantic Hollywood, chocolates, wine, cuddles, and going out and having fun kind of way. And though I believe that is part of a relationship, it's a great part and it's fun and it's important. I think love is so much more than that. And I think that we've come to a time in our conscious evolution, in humanity's evolution, that we're beginning to sense that there is more depth to human connection into what we need from one another. And I think that we're seeing that now more than ever, because our life is losing some of its superficiality and things are becoming more serious. But that's actually prompting us to go deeper. So let's talk about the depth of what love actually is. Love is, I would say, the end all be all goal of life. It's where we're all headed. And it's actually already here, it's all around us, except we can't sense it when we are opposite to it. Okay. And why are we opposite to it? Because love is actually found in connection. It's that sense of connectedness where we're not thinking about ourselves, but we're thinking about the others, and we want other people to be full of light, to be well. We're just thinking of the highest good, right? When you think about sending love, being aligned with love, it's really all about connectedness and about having a shared purpose where we care about one another. And I think you can really see how the pandemic and everything that's happening is pushing us closer to that kind of sensation, that we are one thing, right? We are one humanity encountering or experiencing one crisis where we all sense our shared humanity. And I think that it's pretty obvious that we know that other people's well-being is very much connected to our own. And we can instinctively wish for the well-being of others, for the health of other people, and for their happiness, because we know that that is what our own health and happiness depends on. So this is nature's way of pressuring us to align with it, to align with love, to come closer to what love truly is, which is our oneness, our interconnected state of mutual care. And within that mutual state of care is actually our true happiness, our true highest potential, our true sense of fulfillment. I mean, humanity has evolved the ego so far, the individual, and we see how much negative result that has brought us to. How much, I mean, the narcissism, right? How much emptiness, how much loneliness, how much depression, how much anxiety, this separateness, this consciousness of separateness has brought us to. And right now is when we are invited to shift our consciousness from that state of separateness to a state of connection and love and happiness and joy. I mean, we're supposed to shift or turn around this negative situation where we're connected in a negative way, infecting each other with a virus, and see the positive of this picture. The positive is that we can start to pass positive feelings, positive thoughts, positive influences to each other, because that network of connection has already revealed itself. Now it's only up to us to start transferring positive energy through that network. Okay, that is now the shift that wants to happen. So that is the first thing that I wanted to talk about, how nature is evolving us into these higher forms of love and unity consciousness. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about is how, especially if you're single, connection is becoming higher quality right now. And even though it seems that social distancing is hampering our ability to connect, is making it harder for us to find dates, to find love, the truth is that even if it's physically more difficult, it's actually pointing us into the direction of higher quality connections. For example, if you can't meet physically, but you're meeting on Zoom with somebody new, then you are forced to delay any physical contact and to get to know the other person and connect with them on a more internal level at the beginning of a relationship, postponing the physical contact, which is actually a pretty positive thing. I'm saying this as a psychologist, as a spiritual person. When we delay the hormonal or physical contact, we're actually allowing ourselves to get to know the other person before the hormones kick in powerfully and alter our consciousness in a way that we feel connected to the other person on a hormonal level. And this can actually, make sure that we don't get into relationships that aren't so good for us, but we are truly able to discern if it's the right person before we do so. And B, we can create a much stronger basis for our relationship of friendship, of discerning our mutual goals, getting to know each other. So in that sense, this time is really helping us to create higher quality relationships. It's also kind of, inviting us to be more creative, more, I would say, independent, even in the way that we initiate contact. It's harder to come by. You can't just go out anywhere and meet people. You have to initiate and you have to be more intentional. And again, it's really putting us in a more internal form of connection. Another thing that's actually happening is, and I wrote about this on Instagram, is that when we connect on Zoom, when we connect virtually, that is actually, again, helping us come closer to that more internal or spiritual form of connection that is in our potential. Our potential as human beings is not to stay only connected with these 5 physical senses, where it's either we see each other or we don't. It's either we're in the same room together or we're not. Otherwise, we feel like we're separate. No, our true potential is to cross the barriers of time and space and be connected to each other above that on a spiritual level, meaning we can transfer emotions, thoughts, and light, which is our positive intentions, to other people and be connected on a much more internal spiritual level. And this is really the higher levels of consciousness that humanity is going to discover sooner or later. And again, this phase we're in is really a big shift in that direction. And perhaps the last thing I want to say here about love in 2021 is that even though things seem dark, even though things seem difficult, and we think that 2021 or even 2020 were bad times for us, right? We kind of complain about 2020 and we think 2021 is going to be the same or maybe worse and we're afraid of it. What we really need to see is love is behind the scenes working to help us out. You know how they say life doesn't happen to you, it's happening for you. And it's very, very true, especially now. Nothing is happening to make us suffer. It's all happening to help us evolve, to help us move forward, and to experience ourselves in new ways. Like I was saying before, to experience new levels of connection, new, deeper types of love, new levels of consciousness and awareness. We are being freed of things that were not serving us, of patterns of behavior in our societies, like working too hard, like exploiting each other, exploiting nature, like creating too many things we didn't need, right? And depleting the earth of its natural resources and polluting the environment and all kinds of things that our egoistic evolution did, that we are now being invited to let go of so that something new can take its place. And let me tell you, like I said, love is here all around us. It's leading us, it's guiding us forward. There is a plan. And the new state, this new stage of humanity is already, it's there. I mean, it's there for us to discover. It's like a baby when it starts to learn how to walk. At first, they don't know what to do and they keep falling down and it seems like they're never going to do it. But that next stage of a toddler that is walking, it's already there in their DNA. It's already meant to be. And it's the same with our conscious evolution, our evolution as a humanity. Nothing is random and nothing is out of control. It's all going according to plan. And our higher states of evolution and consciousness are already there waiting for us. The way that we quicken this process, the way that we go through this process more easily is that we do it intentionally and consciously. Instead of flailing around in the dark, not knowing the direction in which we're supposed to go, when you know where we're going, when you know that we're headed towards more connection, towards more love, that love is the one that is calling us forward to connect with it, to align with it, then we quicken this process because we are consciously moving forward to it. We're like the baby that turns around in the womb and gets ready for birth, or that child that keeps practicing and trying until it quickly catches on to how to walk and how to take those steps forward. So we can be that baby or that child that listens to our mother and hears the message and begins to awaken to love's messages to us. So I hope that you have heard this as a message from love to you this Valentine's Day. It was much deeper than a box of chocolates, but I hope that it was sweet. And I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Also, I'll soon be telling you more about my new program coming out that's going to help any of you who don't have your partner or soulmate yet find your one and find them with intentionality and quickly, and by evolving yourself, your consciousness to truly align with love and experience the fullest aspects of love in your relationship. So I hope you are open to experiencing more love, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.